speaking. Hey, what kind of dog are you? Are you a Doberman? Are you a Yorkie? Are you a Yorkie poo? Are you a Mountie?
And so this video is for women that are 35, single, and ready to mingle. And so we're going to give 8 reasons that keep single women single, right? You know, do you want to be married? And if so, if you're 35, why haven't you?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, what's the hold up? Okay. And so we're going to be identifying 8 characteristics that keep single women single, but ready to mingle.
Yeah. And marriage is not for everybody, and it's not the end all to be all. And so, the information we're putting out there is basically for women that are in that place, in that little space, because 35 is it's a dangerous spot for a woman. And let's be honest, relationship options are different for men than they are for women.
Yeah, that's true.
And so when a female is born, she's given a certain amount of eggs and that's it. Whereas a man, his reproductive system is a little bit different. And so a man can produce a child up to 90. And so just based on biological science, relationships for men is different than relationships for women. And so 35 is kind of 35, you approaching scallywag status.
I don't know what is scallywag status? What in the world?
Hey, like this old guy told me, he said, man, by 35, he said, all the good ones taken.
Oh.
He said, all you got left is some scallywags.
Okay. I think I understand.
But seriously though, I think one of the main reasons, I think the first reason why, what keeps single women single is lies. Lies that we get from mama, lies that we get from grandma, lies that we get from auntie. And we're taught, especially in our community, we're taught that hey, you go to college, get your degree, travel, find yourself, and focus on yourself, and wait to commit when you're ready. When in all actuality, that age between about 21 to 30, that's the prime age for marriage for a woman. Yeah. That's the prime age for marriage. So if you're spending those first 10 years of your life, after college, traveling and finding yourself, hey, by the time you're 30, hey, you're approaching scallywag status.
Yeah. And which brings up another host of things that prevent you from getting married, actually. And so but you raised several good points. And so you spend your 20s basically distracted.
Right.
So not being in a relationship. And it's interesting because all the other cultures can do some of these things and be married and be in relationships and be married at 26 and 28 years old and have education and have gotten some travel in. And so it's just interesting. It's just, a lot of it's in our culture.
Yeah, a lot of it's in our culture. And we don't know when to come out the club. Hey man, you 40 and you in the club.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I love the club. I was at the club last night, but I was there with my wife. So I ain't gotta worry about picking nothing up. I just picked the wife up. That's the good thing about going to the club with your wife. Hey, you ain't gotta worry about. Hey, let me holler at Shouty real quick.
and you know, which actually brings us to point number two, and point number two that keep women from being married is, you know, just being aggressive. You know, for some reason in our community, we accept, you know, and, you know, sometimes you hear terms like boss, you know, she's a boss. You know, sometimes it looks like aggression, you know, it really does. Yeah. And so, you know, you're not friendly. Yeah. You know, you've got this thing about guys approaching you, so you're unapproachable. Yeah. You don't smile. Yeah. And so, I don't know, what's that? I mean, what makes you do that? Are you defensive? Right. So it's just really not, it's just counterintuitive. It's not, you know, think about this for a second. If you out walking on the street and you saw a dog, I know a lot of us have pets, and you saw a dog and the dog was wagging his tail and it was friendly, and man, you'd probably want to pet that dog, right? Right. But what happens if you ran up on a dog and he's barking at you and they're growling at you? I mean, are you going to want to approach that dog? Or are you going to want to pet that dog? You're probably going to opt not to, right? Yeah. That's a great analogy. Yeah, comparing women to dogs. I think that's a great analogy. I was metaphorically. Oh, metaphorically speaking. Hey, what kind of dog are you? Are you a Doberman? Are you a Yorkie? Are you a Yorkie poo? Are you a Mountie? Are you a Rottweiler? And you know, think about it. In our community, you know, I don't hear a lot of other cultures using terms like diva, boss, queen. You know, these terms. What's up with that? I mean, these are negative terms. Yeah. Diva is somebody that nobody else want to work with. Somebody is a drama queen. Yeah. You know, what's up with that? Yeah. Oh, I'm a diva. I'm a diva. You know, I mean, who wants to marry a diva? Who wants to marry an aggressive woman? No, you want a woman that's, you know, the vast majority of men, they want a woman that's soft, delicate, you know, someone that needs to be cared for. Yeah. Not a diva, not a queen. Yeah. You know, and so we have to be careful with the terms and how we refer to ourselves. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a boss. I'm a boss bitch. Well, come on. Yeah. And you know, you listen to like a lot of the lyrics in the rap music, and believe me, I love rap. So I love it all. You know, I love Nicki Minaj. I love Meg Thee Stallion. But man, you listen to their lyrics, man, I'm a boss bitch. Yeah. Hey, man. It's almost like there's a identity confusion. Yeah. And we've allowed the subcultures to almost be the dominant culture. Right. You know, without women. And it's just not attractive at all. It's not attractive at all. And so, you know, I think if a man want a man, he'll get a man. But if he want a woman, he don't want a woman that's acting like a man, that's aggressive like a man. These are qualities that men possess. Yeah. And so a lot of women in our culture, they're like men. Yeah.
they're hard-edged, aggressive, mannish,
Yeah. Argumentative. Right?
argumentative.
So, I always thought one of the things I learned early on in my marriage is you could be happy or you could be right.
Yeah.
And, I choose to be happy, right?
Right.
So I don't want to be right. I choose to be happy. Okay.
Yeah.
And same thing with my wife. So it makes living with her very easy.
Yeah.
Very easy, very soft, very just love, being around her, right? And so and there's, very few arguments and things like that. And so, we don't like to argue. We don't like to, go back and forth and fight over trivial stuff and who's right and who's wrong. And, we just don't like that stuff. It's too much work. We'll deal with it at work, but not at home. We don't want to come home to that.